CYC is a free channel, presents the Word of God for everyone. Your support will help us to continue the mission. Visit our website, cycnow.com. Even $1 will make a difference.
Hello, welcome back to Map to a Great Mystery. My name is Mary Solomon and I'm here with Dr. Yusri Armenios, a Christian counselor. Today we're going to have our final installment of How to Choose Your Spouse. Hello, Dr. Yusri. So nice to see you again. Welcome to our show.
Thank you, Mary. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
So in this final installment of How to Choose Your Spouse, we want to discuss a little bit more about the engagement period and how long it should be and what to expect and what we should be looking for. So one of the first questions that our audience had was, how long should we know somebody before we decide to get engaged?
Before getting engaged?
Yes, before getting engaged. So the pre-engagement period.
What, if you call it like the courtship period or the dating time?
Yes, I suppose.
In a sense, yes. Well, I don't think we can set limits to the time here because it differs. Sometimes clicking can happen very fast between both parties and they decide immediately just they need to start their engagement. But I mean, what I see here in this culture that couples like to prolong dating time and they don't want to commit to engagement until they are ready to get married after that. So the word engagement here is often related to marriage, getting married.
Yes, I know in the American culture, for example, the engagement period is the time that you start planning the wedding.
Exactly.
So you don't plan the wedding before getting engaged. So.
Exactly. But that was not originally the purpose of engagement. I mean, the purpose of engagement is studying each other, is making a final decision whether my marriage will work or will not. And that's how we say engagement is reversible, you know. Mm-hmm. We can just break any engagement up at any time, even a day before the wedding. So engagement actually, if you say before engagement, I think it's better to start engagement as soon as possible.
Okay.
Once you feel comfortable with the principle of getting married to that person, even if that engagement can still be reversible, but still, go ahead with engagement.
So even if you're not 100% convinced that this is the person you want to marry,
absolutely,
you can still go ahead and do an engagement.
Yes, ma'am, because, you know, engagement would provide you with some comfort level of seeing each other. There's some sort of commitment. You have a ring, engagement ring, or call it, what do you call it, like promise ring? Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that. There is some sort of commitment here. Because if I know that I am engaged to somebody, I won't look around for somebody else. I am focused, I'm concentrated here. I pay more attention to examine the nature of my relationship in terms of not only the here and now, but also in terms of the future. So we need to encourage young people, once they feel that level of comfort, they get engaged. There is nothing wrong with that at all. Then if you ask me the question, how long would be the engagement?
Yes, and that would be my next question.
Very good, that's what I figured out. Yeah, that's a good question too. But before we say about anything about the time, what do we need to achieve during the engagement time?
That's a very good question.
Yeah, I mean, I need to be sure. I need to be sure that this person is going to be my spouse with whom I'm going to live under the same ceiling, under the same roof forever, for good. That's a very, very, very serious decision.
Yes.
That's the most, I think, the most significant decision in anybody's life after deciding to follow God or follow Christ, you know. So, I mean, how long does it take? I mean, I say maybe, usually it takes a year, little less, little more, okay? I don't like the quick engagement or the quick decisions. Let's just get engaged for a week or a month and then we get married.
Okay.
And I don't like also the very long engagement period that it doesn't have any objective, actually. It doesn't serve any objective. Why should I prolong? If everything is fine, everything is ready, why should I wait? But there are, of course, as I say, always for any rule, there are some
Circumstances.
exceptions and
Yeah.
circumstances. So still, I don't like rigidity about setting rules, and because everybody has, or everybody may have, his or her own circumstances.
I see. So, what about the couples that meet each other when they're young, perhaps 18, or both the boy and the girl are in college when they meet each other? Would it be appropriate for them to get engaged and have like with the intention of we're not going to get married until after we graduate? Is that too long of an engagement period, or what do you think?
There is nothing wrong with anything like that as long as both parties apply the two elements of making the right decision.
Which
Emotions,
are?
Feelings, and thinking and good judgment, rational thinking.
So as far as applying those two elements, is there, when starting a relationship, I'm assuming, and correct me if I'm wrong, should it be more the logical thinking aspect should be guiding the relationship in the beginning?
No.
Allowing emotions to come in later, or what do you think?
No, not necessarily. Actually, the opposite would happen. I mean, emotions come first, should come first. I need to feel comfortable. Feeling comfortable is a feeling, Feeling, in peace with myself when it comes to thinking of marrying that person. I'm in peace with myself. I feel this person is not perfect, I'm not perfect either, but we both of us will just form a very, very good unity, good marriage. And that's feeling, that's about emotions, feelings. But I don't make the final decision based on emotions. I need to think, for example, is that person ready, if the other is ready to take me to God with him or with her?
So will this person bring me closer
to God? Yeah, take me to heaven, my salvation. That's very important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Number two, is this person, or does this person have a real good conscience that would be sensitive to my feelings, would not be abusive, was not taking advantage of me, would be helpful in raising our children, would be a good spouse, a good parent in the future. Doesn't have extremes of temper, for example, like violence, wrathful, things like that, that we all may suffer later on unless we could recognize very early in the relationship.
Yes.
So having a good conscience, as I said, very important, you know, is not like a money lover, for example. It's not mean, it's not going to be mean to me, it's not going to be a miser, for example, etc., etc. So these are things that I need to think of, you know.
And likewise, these would be red flags that would come into...
Absolutely, absolutely. That's when I see myself just it's not fitting. It doesn't mean that the other is bad, is a bad person, but doesn't fit into my life. Even if we clicked at an emotional level, yet we are not fitting in each other's lives. Yeah.
Makes sense. Thank you very much for being with us on this series of How to Choose a Spouse. I think we've benefited greatly from your wisdom and expertise, and we would like to thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Mary. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on a Map to a Great Mystery in our series on How to Choose a Spouse. Join us next time for another new series. Thank you.